What up, everybody? It is Dizzy Sports Talk here, and today I'm coming at you with my wildcard predictions for the NFL playoffs this week. And I know I've been out for a couple weeks. I've been out of town. Sorry about that. But I'll come at you with this video, and it's gonna be right before the playoffs, probably a couple hours before. So let's get right into it. First game we have is the Colts at the Bills, and this should be a very good game. Josh Allen is playing like at MVP level right now. They're dominating on offense, and the defense is very good. Stephon Diggs, league leader in receiving yards. He's a beast. Colts are a very solid all-around team, but Phillip Rivers, I don't know how good he can do. Jonathan Taylor is a great running back. He's third. He came out third in the league in rushing yards. But Colts are 3-4 against playoff teams this year, which isn't bad. But the Bills have just been playing stellar this year. I think they're going to take the win. It's going to be a good game. I think they're going to win this 27-20. Next game up, we got the Rams at the Seahawks. Division rival game here. Rams have been sneaky good this year. Like, a lot of people didn't have them being very good, but they pulled off a 10-6 record, and they split their season's record with the Seahawks, and they finished the year 4-2 against playoff teams, which is pretty solid for them. But they somehow lost to the Jets, which pretty hurt them. They could be 11-5 right now. They didn't need to lose to the Jets. But at the beginning of the year, Russell Wilson for the Seahawks was tearing it up. He was looking like the front runner of the MVP until he started kind of falling off. Their defense is getting lit up in the beginning of the year. But now it's kind of like the opposite. Wilson, he kind of took a step back. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions this year. Hasn't been playing super well in the back half of the year. Still a great quarterback. But their defense has gotten a lot better, which I think is going to be the deciding factor in this game. I think the Seahawks are only allowing 14 points a game in their last 6 games, when they were allowing like 30 points a game in the first few games. And I'm going to take the Seahawks this one 34-23. Mark that down. Next game up, Buccaneers at the football team. Now, this could be a very interesting game. I think a lot of people are going to be sleeping on Washington. I think people are going to write them out. But I think the Bucs will blow them out. But the football team is a very good defense, led by Chase Young. They have a great defensive line. Jonathan Allen, De'Aaron Payne, Montez Sweat. Those guys are young and they're hungry. And he called out Tom Brady. He's ready to go for it. Alex Smith, he's going to have play a very good game this week. Ron Rivera said he might have to switch between quarterbacks, which might be a good idea. Hopefully he has to move around, because that's a talented Bucs defense. And the Buccaneers have great weapons all around. Tom Brady QB still playing at a very high level. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington pulls off this upset. It'd be pretty cool to see, but with that being said, I got the Buccaneers winning 24-16. So we have Bears and Saints. Bears have had a really odd year this year. They started off 5-1 and lost 6 in a row. They had Foles get benched. They had Trubisky get benched. They don't know who the quarterbacks are. Both like the same of each other. They're terrible. But they finished here 3-1, and Trubisky came back and he's playing pretty well. He's showing that he could maybe lead this team to a couple playoffs wins. He could get a extension in the offseason, and the defense again is a top defense in the league, led by Khalil Mack. He's a monster, but the offense is the question mark. The Saints have been one of the best teams in the league this year. They started off slow, but then they just started winning games. Taysom Hill, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, they're all playing well. Their defense is playing outstanding. Alvin Kamara, he's one of the best running backs in the league, and he'll be the X factor in this game, catching and rushing. But I think it'll be mostly in the receiving game, as the Bears have a good run defense. And I think the Saints will win this one pretty easily with a 30-17 win. They'll be stopping the Bears on defense, and I think they'll take care of business on offense. And lastly, we have Browns at Steelers. This should be an interesting game. Now, Browns finally made the playoffs. It's been years. Baker Mayfield's finally looking like the franchise QB that they hoped for, that they drafted. The first year looked good, second year looked off, and now he's finally got a good thing going with Kevin Stefanski. It's Kevin Stefanski, but guess what? He's out because he has COVID, so that sucks for them. And he's been one of the huge reasons for Baker Mayfield's success this year. But he doesn't play in the games. They have a great run offense with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. That's one of the best in the league. They got Jarvis Landry. They have the best O-line in the league, and they have Myles Garrett on defense, and they can take care of business. And the Steelers, they haven't had a wild year this year. They started off like 11-0 or whatever, and then Juju started dancing, and now they've lost a bunch of games. And Juju said earlier this week, they're just the same old Browns, a bunch of nameless gray faces. The same Browns he plays every year. I don't know about that, Juju. Last time you can't keep talking shit if you're just going to keep losing and dancing on logos. I don't know about that. I think the Browns will play with a huge chip on their shoulder against the Steelers. I think they'll come in and they're going to want it more than the Steelers. They're going to show them that they're legit. I think it'll be a great game. I think the Browns are going to pull it off 23-16. Write that down, put it in the books. Next up, we have the Ravens and Titans. The rematch of last year and a rematch earlier this season. But Lamar Jackson is 0-2 in his short playoff career. He has a ton of pressure on him. He's to get rid of that narrative, he's gonna have to play well. He's gonna have to win this game to show that he can win in the NFL in the playoffs. He started off this year pretty slow, but he's really picked it up. He's running the ball even better than last year's passing TDs, or he's passing better than he was early in the year. And he has limited weapons. They have Mark Andrews, but they don't really have much else. They have a good running game, but the receivers, Marquise Brown, he can't catch a ball. He's fast, but that's it. They did lose to the Titans in OT this year, and Titans can look like one of the best teams in the NFL sometimes, and can look like frauds in the others. Derrick Henry is probably the best running back in the league, or at least one of the best running backs I've seen, at least running the ball. But I think this game is where Lamar proves his haters wrong. He carries his team to a 35-30 win, and I'm going to say he has 150-plus rushing yards and 2+ rushing touchdowns, and I think that's what it's going to take to win this game. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's coming really, really late, right before the playoffs, but I'm going to have a bunch more videos out for you coming within this week, next week. So look forward to that. Follow my Instagram at deezysportstalk, same as this YouTube. And I hope I'm going to put some 49ers quarterback Madden gameplay on here, just in the background. If you guys want that, keeps you interested, let me know. Or if you want to see something else, or if you just want to see me talk. But I'm just trying to keep more entertaining for you guys. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more. DZ out here. Peace.